This segment of the Just Cooling podcast has been brought to you by the Tattoo Shop Radio and powered by Zeno FM.
All right, welcome to another episode of Just Cooling Podcast. I am Country Red.
And I'm DawsonSJewellS.
We have a special guest tonight. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what you got going on.
Hi, guys. I am Lisa J, designer and stylist and serial entrepreneur, the owner of the Stylist agency and a few other funky little fashionable companies.
Welcome to this show tonight.
Yes,
Welcome. Thank you. We are so glad that you're on the show. So when did you get started in designing and styling? Like, what made you say, you know what, I can do this? Like, what pulled you in that arena to do that?
Oh yeah. So I'll start with the styling part. The styling part, I've done that for a really long time. That goes back as far as when I was a little girl. My mom always took me shopping with her. We went to Goodwill, just kind of played around with some stuff. So that's kind of always been there. As far as designing, I did not pick up or start sewing on a machine until 2017. My mother taught me to hand sew, but I didn't sew on a machine until 2017. And that was when I was styling a client, actually, and I needed to make a garment for him, a garment that I could not find. So I had to make it. And so that was my first time using machine, was trying to make a garment for a client.
Go ahead.
I have a question, and I think me and you might know the answer to this, but this happened over the weekend. Can you tell the viewers who don't know the difference between a designer and a stylist?
Sis, thank you for asking that question. So, a designer actually designs clothes from cut and sew concept into reality. So it's not a garment before it gets to the designer. They sketch it out, and then they put the items together. A stylist takes clothes that already exist, and we create looks from it. So we take the outfits and we put them together. So it's a huge difference.
So would you call a boutique owner? What do you call a boutique owner? Because I know a lot of fashion shows. You have the designer, but then you have the boutique owners. Would they be stylists, or would they just, like, what do we call them?
So a boutique owner is just like a retail shop. So they're just taking clothes and just reselling it. I wouldn't call them a stylist. They may have someone in the store that knows how to style, but a lot of times, girl, no, they just in there making money.
Right. Okay.
So, like, what separates you from like other stylists here in Tulsa, or just overall?
Honestly, the only thing that really separates me from any other stylists, because there's some really good stylists here in Oklahoma and in Tulsa. I think what I bring to the table is I'm really consistent. There ain't no shutting me down. Like, I'm driven. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna get it done. Also, that I don't really label myself as a specific type of stylist. There's a few things that I don't do particularly, but there's some, I'll do pretty much everything. But I like to work in, film and entertainment and things like that. That's where my niche is in that department, and runway.
Okay.
So do you feel like, go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother. I keep cutting you out. I'm excited. I gotta slow down.
I get it. So do you feel like the unity and support here in Tulsa has been very positive as far as what you represent? Like, how's the feedback been on that?
Okay, are we being real today, or are we okay?
Yes, please go ahead. You have to. People need to hear this.
Yeah,
right. People need to hear it.
To answer that question honestly, absolutely. To answer that question honestly, here in the past few years, yes, the support is there. Like, I'm getting the attention I need. I'm able to support others with the attention that, I'm getting as well. But when I first rolled out, like, I couldn't get play at all. Like, I couldn't get on a runway. I couldn't get anyone to really even hear what I was trying to say as far as in the fashion industry. And I understand that, people have to get to know you, know your brand, like who you are and all of that. And I'm, we talked about this a little earlier. You said that you're not really cliquish. I'm not either. So I didn't come out trying to be, hang out with people. And, it's really just about my work. So the support here is getting better. We could do a lot better. It's small town energy. So we're it's a field where we're definitely doing a lot better.
Okay. Tell us about the journey. How you got to where you are, because I know you're gonna go through some tribulations and some trials. So tell us a little bit, if you want, about the journey to get to where you are now.
Yeah, so I started so I worked about 23 years in the retail industry. So I worked my way up in retail. So I just started as a sales associate, and then I worked my way up to managing and opening stores. And I was laid off in 2017. I worked for a huge company, was making some huge strides, and then I got laid off. So after I got laid off, that was at the same time that I was going through a divorce. And after that happened, I really didn't know what to do. So I just started styling some people in the community. I got online and just started inboxing them, asking them if they wanted a stylist. I finally got somebody to respond, and I started styling for the artist. And after we styled for an event. We tried to find a jacket that we really couldn't find. So I made the jacket, and then the jacket went viral. And I no longer was like Lisa J, the stylist. I was a Lisa J, the designer. And I'd never been able to design her before. So that's when, people started knowing me as, a designer. And so that made more pressure. So I started making clothes and doing runway and things like that. So.
Dope. So we have DJ Quinn. He's finally here.
Hey, I apologize for being late.
Already, you here though? You here? I was about to fly down to Arizona.
How you doing? How's everybody doing? Good.
Very well.
Miss Lisa J, do you have anything that we can see right now?
Oh, that's a really good question. This behind me is it's on this side. That's a really bad example. But this is actually my daughter's. So I'm teaching my daughter how to sew. So we were making a project, and this is all the way hands-on. So we're still kind of working on
there
it.
You go. Got it.
Yeah. So it's like a top and a bottom skirt. We were just trying to make this for one of her little dances. So we threw some applique together, but it's a hands-on. There's no machine on that garment.
So it's like, what's an easy fabric to start off as far as whether you sewing it or stitching it together? Like what would you recommend for beginners?
Denim.
That's her thing. Denim.
Yeah. Yeah. Denim is my thing, but it's denim is, I compare denim to paper. Like it's like a plain canvas, and it's sturdy. If you wash it, it'll loosen up a little bit, so it can be whatever you want it to be. You cut, you can manipulate it to do a lot of things, but it's really hard to mess up denim. So
just because of the material, I guess, right? Because it's thick.
Yeah, because it's thick. And then if you mess up, you can always manipulate the denim to do what you want it to do.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to go back and look at some of my old Russell pants. I'm messing with now. I don't want no more pair of Russell pants. Like way back in high school days. We couldn't afford Levi's or 501s. And all that. Ain't going that far back.
They say history repeats itself. What do you see that's coming back? as far as clothes wise?
Oh, that's a really good question. There's a lot of things that's coming back. They're doing these over the top styling right now. I know you guys saw the big shoes. I don't even know what they're called. Those
The big
over
red
the
Mario boots.
yes, red Mario boots. But things are going like there's a lot of tech projects happening. So a lot of like the retro stuff is happening in tech, like they're merging retro with tech. And so even with like those shoes, it's like a video game effect, right? But in real
Right.
life.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a mixture of both. And it's interesting to see right now. So
Well, I still like my Timbs, so I'm never gonna rock those.
I love him.
Timbs and my Wallabies, I'm good to go. I don't know about that they got going on with that, but it is trending, like you said. People are into that right now, I guess. So yeah, that's dope. All right, so we're going to. You have one more question before we go to our commercial break, sis?
No, we can go pay some bills. I will wait.
DJ Quinn, can you hand that, sir, please?
Well, you talking about that commercial break?
Yes, sir.
Let me see what I can do. Y'all ready?
Right.
Yeah.
If you're one of the millions of Americans overwhelmed by debt, Settle Bank Debt has a life-changing solution. We offer an aggressive approach to reducing your debt, often for a fraction of what you owe. Our debt settlement experts will help put a stop to the harassing phone calls, end your debt, and give you the financial freedom you deserve. Make the most important call of your financial life today. Call Settle Bank Debt now at 877-492-7222 or visit settlebankdebt.com.
All right, welcome back to Just Cooling Podcast. Make sure you guys check us out on the Hub YouTube channel on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Times. Kickback with the Sports Tuesdays, the MilkTray on Mondays, Kickback on Thursdays, the Tattoo Shop Radio Fridays on Zeno.fm, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time, also on Fridays. Welcome back.
Yes. So I have a question. What are the top stylist must have?
Ooh, the top stylist must have. You gotta have your styling kit. You gotta have your styling kit. And what goes in the styling kit is a whole nother section. But you gotta have your styling kit. You have to know how to measure. That's huge because there's a lot of stylists that don't know how to measure. And if you're a runway stylist, you definitely have to know how to stitch. So stylists need to keep an already threaded needle with them. Because on a project, you ain't gonna have time to really stitch a needle. So if you already have a threaded needle, that's very important. But having your styling kit that's gonna have everything in there, your measuring tape, and then threaded needle is very, very good.
Would you say a threaded what?
A threaded needle.
Threaded
Oh
needle.
my gosh.
It's funny you asked that because I just did New York Fashion Week with three other stylists, and I was the head stylist.
Wow.
So before we went, that was like the biggest thing that I, was going over, like what y'all need to have. And I promise you, when we got there, they did not have a threaded needle. And that's like when we were ready to go on runway, we was stitching up those girls, and I was like, y'all have not threaded your needles, like.
Are you doing LA Fashion Week? I think I'm going. Are you doing it in October? Are you doing it in October?
I just got invited to LA.
Congrats.
No. Sorry. Let me correct myself. I got invited to Florida. So I'm excited about that. That's where you are. I don't know the details. It's the swim.
Swim. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. In Miami, it's probably Miami. It was in Miami, I think, last year.
That sounds about right. So not LA right now. Right now it's looking like Florida. So.
Okay, I'm gonna have to come. I'm not gonna be one of the models because I'm too old to show my body. I'm a taken woman, but I'll try to make it if it's in Miami. It might be here where I am in Palm Beach, so we'll see. That's cool.
Yeah.
Dope. That's real dope. So can you talk to us about the Fifth and the Fab? What's that all about?
Yes, Fifth and Fab. It's one of my newest projects. That was so we did, and during the holidays they were doing downtown Tulsa holiday days of wonder, where they just allowed some vendors to come into a space like just a retail space instead of shop. And so I was one of those participants in that. And so they tried that concept for 45 days, and it was a success for us. And we decided to extend our lease. And so me and the other girl that was in the same space, we decided to partner up. She's the owner of Bounceless. Definitely look her up. Her name is Chantel a lot. She patented her own bra that keeps bustier women from bouncing.
Okay.
So we went together in that space, and it was a success. So we decided just to open our own concept, and it's called Fifth and Fab. And it's fashion and business, fashion, accessories, and beauty. So we have our own spot downtown. It's one of the only retail spaces in downtown Tulsa. We're calling it the Fashion Hub because we're allowing models to collaborate with designers and other online retailers if they don't have a space to sell and they're looking for like new customers. We're letting them set up shop inside of Fifth and Fab.
One more real quick. I have several questions, but like, is it hard to like, I guess, find a place to, I guess not release, but I guess find a lease and agreement to start your business downtown? Because sometimes I heard that the prices can be very pricey as far as renting out. So could you just break down? You don't have to go into all the details, but like, is it difficult or is it easy? Like, can you break it down as far as somebody that might want to rent a space down that way to sell to the consumers?
Yeah, I would. It's definitely easy to get a space, but if you're ready for a space, then that's the real question. And what's your goal? There's a lot of space downtown right now that's empty, and they are looking to fill those spaces. So there's plenty of space. They're looking to fill it. However, this is my second time going into a brick and mortar, and the first time that I went into a space, it was really hard to find one because that was before COVID. Everything was packed. It was hard to get a spot. But now it's different. Like downtown, you can get a space and get it really cheap. However, you definitely have to drive the traffic there.
Okay. So y'all pay attention to that part. That's the gym right there. For those just like wondering if you can do it. So have your business together, basically.
Right. Have your business plan.
After that, once you get in, figure it out. Drive the sales, people come in the front door, right?
There you go.
Already.
Who's your top 3 designers?
There you go.
Top 3 designers. Okay, Alexander McQueen, definitely. Everybody has their feeling about Kanye. I love Kanye.
Oh no, that's my little cousin.
And it's crazy because I like stage design, so the team that Beyonce works with, I'm crazy about. It's costume and stage, and that's my baby. So I love the designers that she works with.
So, the Black Moon, you got a lot of things going on. Talk to us about the Black Moon, Hustle Blossom. Like, what is that about? How did you start that?
Black Moon is actually the name of something down here. It's a collaborative of artists. I don't own the Black Moon. They are inside of our institute and they sell art. So, but they are a group of Black women in Tulsa that are artists, and they sketch and they draw, but they have their work is inside of my store. So
The Black Moon.
Definitely with a Black woman. Beth is the owner of that. She's super dope.
a little bit about, you said film. I know, I think you do short. I thought I seen a short story you did before a couple years back. So so that's your, would you pick that over styling and design? Like, is film your passion?
Yeah, well, storytelling is my passion. And so I really do like to write scripts and do storytelling. And usually that's where my passion comes in, is like dressing all of these characters and stuff like that. But I did a film a few years ago. It was called 16, in reference to, you know, all the killings of teenage Black boys. And so I did a short film then that just talked about a lot about that. But I have been working on projects with, I don't know if you heard of Hank Bird. He's the owner.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Co-worker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he has Blurs, and I did some work with him, and I dressed some of the actors in his show.
That's dope. It's a small world. Yeah.
That's his co-worker.
I just said that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Hank Bird, man. Shout out to that brother. Good dude, good brother. So let's go into this first segment before we go to commercial again. So top 5 songs that impacted your life. Or you could say artists. You already said artists or designers or stylists. So how about these top 5 artists, whether it's singing or something totally different? Your top 5.
NDRE.
No particular order. NDRE, okay.
NDRE. Beyonce, but it was that album that she did when he cheated on her. I can't remember that. Was it Lemonade?
She had on the little chain.
I think it was Lemonade.
Yeah, it was that album that was crucial in my life. Let's see. I love Jill Scott, but I love Jill Scott on days where I want to be like, and I want to flip people off, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be in my.
Saying like walking the park and flipping people off, or how does that work?
You know how like when people try to come for you, and it's like, you know, you can really mess with me in my zone because you know she got the people.
Okay.
Let's see, who else? It will be some gospel music. I can't think of the artist now. But yeah, so those pretty much NDRE. I listen to a lot of meditation, y'all. I'm in that space right now where I really do like peace and quiet. And I know you know, Jewel, because you know, in working in fashion is kind of chaotic. Yeah. And a lot that happens in my life is chaotic. So I listen to a lot of meditation and affirmation.
Yes, yeah.
They will do this. Snap the fingers, man. Let's snap into another commercial, man. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So, how important is integrity and loyalty as far as the field that you're doing right now?
Oh, wow. That's so important. I think that's important in a lot of fields, but you know, I'm really passionate about my people. Like minorities, I'm passionate about like really seeing us succeed. And so, you know, I'm really loyal to seeing us elevate. And so when I'm around people that's not feeling that kind of way, it makes me feel a way. So I think it's really important to have some sort of ethics in your life where you're loyal to something. Because if you're not, you know, the world's just going to whip you around. But that's super important to me. Especially in this industry, it's a nasty industry. You know, people will steal your design. I have a patent right now, and you know, getting that process of that patent was kind of cutthroat. So definitely having some ethics and only being around people that have some sense of loyalty, because it's definitely a cutthroat industry. Yeah.
I only can imagine. Yeah. Crazy.
If you're telling someone that's younger, that's coming up in the game, what would you let them? I mean, what would you tell them? Like 5 things they would need to do in order to.
Like start up, I guess. Like
start up in a business,
Yeah.
or important things,
Yeah.
Important things. Well, even if I was like looking back at, my younger self, and I were to give myself some pointers, or just, anyone out there, it would definitely be know your why early. Like,
oh, that's my next question to you.
Gotcha.
What's your why?
Yeah, you gotta know your why, and not just know your why, but like it be your oxygen, because there's gonna be every reason to why you don't want to do it no more. Like, I'm tired, I'm not feeling good, I ain't got the money, like all of it's gonna happen. But if the why is not solid, it's just not. The other thing I would probably suggest is like definitely focusing on the business side of it, like what your goals are, setting up your LLC. A lot of people right now that I'm working with, I notice that they don't have anything set up as a business. They're working as a gig. And it's frustrating, because we do stuff because we're African Americans. We're just really creative and we're good at stuff. But if you have your LLC and all that stuff, you can write things off. You can get capital based off of it. But if you don't have a legitimate business, you can't do it. So that would be my advice: is to get an LLC early, start building business credit, travel. And stop being the kind of person that knows everything. Listen to other people, and just be a student to the industry. I don't know if that was 5, but
that was like 3.5.
You said 3.5. 3.5 months. Man,
what would you say?
So what is, go ahead. Go ahead, you was late, so we gotta let you get your questions in.
They wrong.
They get teamed on, huh?
As far as designs, what do you think is the hardest? What do you think is the hardest thing is coming up with it? Like, because sometimes you be like, man, that's already out there. You know what I'm saying? So what's the hardest thing?
For me, the hardest part of designing a garment is finding the time to actually sit down and make it. But realistically, there is nothing that hasn't been made before. There's just new ways to innovate it. Like, if you think about it, the black dress has been made 1 million times, so you can't patent a black dress. New ways to recreate a black dress. But so I think, when people just really start thinking about like who their audience is, and not so much the creative part, because like I said earlier, we get caught up in that and not really the business side. But for me, the hardest part is sitting down and finding the time to like complete an entire garment, which is also why you hire a seamstress. That's a gem. I just want y'all to know, you other upcoming designers out there, these designers ain't really sewing their stuff, y'all. Like, they're not really. So get you a seamstress. And get your stuff right.
Y'all heard it here first.
No, that's important. I've been on a few, because what I'm used to, the lady that I model for, she makes sure her stuff is like everything. Ain't nothing sticking out, no threads or nothing. It's been times where I model people clothes and like it's just like it look like it's cut. And are they still? I'm like, you're gonna sell like that? So that's important, to have a seamstress if you cannot do it.
Yeah,
that's important.
Especially if you can afford it. If you can afford to sit out and just to zip out you sit down and sketch out your designs and your collection. Hire a seamstress, connect with some sample makers, get your photos collection together, and you could just go. So that's how you just really start forming a team. You just start testing out these different people that can sew, manufacturers or people that can put your samples together. And then once you get like a loyal people that put out really good quality, you stick with them. Like you don't play around with their money, don't play around with their deadlines. you need to be loyal to those people.
Is it hard to, like, let's say you made something, let's say you made a shirt, right? And you want to get it in polo or, DKNY or something like that. Is it hard to kind of find, to work with them? You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, I got something. Or for them, or should I say for them to take a look at what you made?
Like a collaboration?
Right.
Yeah. So like if you're saying if your question is like getting your product into like the stores of bigger markets,
or just basically collaborate with them. So you made a shirt, you like, hey, yo, I want y'all to collaborate with Polo, or I want you to collaborate with DKNY, you know what I'm saying, Chanel or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that a hard process to kind of get them to even take a look at your stuff?
Yeah, it's the, what do they call it, the six ways of separation. I don't know what that phrase is, but it's really about the people you know. So for me, yes, it will be hard. However, my network is really important. So I might have a network that can get to DKNY, and then all I really need to do is pitch the idea to them, and they love it. We do a collaboration. But if I'm not out here networking and traveling and telling people about, what I'm doing, and I can show my numbers, then it's not gonna matter, right? So it's yes. The answer is yes, it's hard, but the answer is also no, it's not hard. So getting out there and networking with people, yeah.
So how do you balance family time or you time and still try to be creative? Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to figure that. My kids back there right now tearing up stuff.
Right.
I didn't hit mute about 3 times. Be quiet. I don't have the answer.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. I thought you had
Just do it.
because we all trying to figure it out. We all trying to figure it out.
Definitely trying to figure it out. Let me know what you come up with.
Go look it up on Google. I don't know. Google be wrong all the time, half the time. So that's hilarious.
So, what, if you don't mind sharing with us, what is your why? You said knowing your why is very important. So, what is your why? What pushes you? What motivates you? What keeps you going? What's your why?
My why is my kids. Yeah. And it's probably cliche or whatever, but my children have been through all of this with me. So I've looked at their faces, after I got laid off. I've looked at their faces, in the struggle. I've looked at their faces when I came back from New York Fashion Week and we had a good time. So my why is my kids. They've been on this with me. I really want to leave them something before I go. Yeah, it is so important to me. I've preached the same thing for years, really, really for years. I'm even preaching the same thing to, my parents. My parents are still living, and I have that conversation with them. What you leaving? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming them, but I'm taking that as a lesson to myself. What do I want to teach my daughters, and what do I want to leave for them? I think it's really, really important. So that's definitely my why.
What is next for you as far as are you doing pop-ups or still trying to figure that part out as far as it starts getting warm? That's when people start really making main piece stuff even more and adding on to the legacy, right? Networking and creating. So what is next for you today as far as that upcoming events or?
Yeah. So we're still doing Fifth and Fab. Fifth and Fab is going to be there for a while. So we're downtown Tulsa. You can come and shop with us. If you have an online store, you can definitely set up online. But also Lisa J has jumped into tech. And so, yeah, I'm working on tech right now. I have an app coming out. It's a fashion delivery app. And then I'm working on a self-styling mirror, which we patented. So it's basically a mirror that it's an affirmation mirror. So it'll send you affirmations, like you can communicate with your sister, but it styles you. Like you ain't gotta wear it. Like with me and my kids, telling my son what to get up to wear in the morning, it works. Like I'm like, boy, it's so the mirror, it schedules out your outfits, it styles you, it sends you affirmations. You can link that to other devices, but yeah, that's what I'm working on right now, raising capital to get that going.
I actually seen something like that. I think it was on the internet where you put in what you like or whatever, and they send you like 3 or 4 outfits for the week or something like that. Is that kind of like what you? Okay.
Yeah, it's similar. There's mail order items that you can do like that. Like Stitch Fix has AI styling.
Okay.
But it's not quite on this level. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like just to wake up in the morning and walk to your mirror and your mirror already got your outfit. It knows what's like the mirror is your closet. Yeah. Yeah. So we're trying to take it there, and it's black owned, y'all.
We're gonna support it. Yeah, you mentioned capital, right? So could you break down what capital is for those who are not knowing how to go about getting capital, even if it's like something locally down here, downtown, so like, can you just break that down for people who might not be, as informal about what capital is?
Yeah, capital is a form of funding that you use for your business. So the only thing that would not be considered capital is like money that you earn in your actual business, but capital would be grants that you get, loans that you get, investments that you get. So right here in Tulsa, there is a tech mecca that's happening right now. A lot of people are paying attention to like all the different things that are coming out in Tulsa in tech, and so they are throwing money in tech. They are looking to put capital in those businesses that want to grow. So I would suggest you guys Google the things that you need to learn. There's resources out there. I've met with several people in Tulsa, Oklahoma that literally ask, where can they put their money? What can they invest in? So they are looking for people with great ideas. They're looking for the unicorn, is what they call it in this industry. But yeah, absolutely. Get out there and get familiar with this.
Even with like a nonprofit also, right?
Yeah, with nonprofit, there's grants out there. So, and they definitely give money to those grants. You just have to have your nonprofit set up correctly, all your bylaws and all that stuff. But yeah.
And you need to get that tech, do you know you?
That's why I asked the question. Why we have these conversations, people didn't even know. Myself and anybody else listening.
Right.
All about. So, yes, most definitely I'm going to anybody that's out here listening. Make sure you listen to that also.
Yeah, there's actually, if you guys link up with Build in Tulsa, they're Build in Tulsa.
Build in Tulsa.
They're an organization that's looking to help founders grow, but then there's also Atento Capital, ATENTO, Atento Capital. They have a group of investors that are looking to invest in. There's also, I think it's people called Workflow Wednesday.
Workflow Wednesday?
They have an event downtown where where we just kind of get together and have, drinks and food, but there's investors in the room also.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
I have to go put me a suit on, this nice little button up. And I wear my beanie.
You actually can come as you are. It's real laid back.
I won't scare nobody, but yeah, I don't know how it is anymore. But yeah, I'll definitely take care of y'all. Relax, man.
Who would you say from back in the day was one of the best clothing designers? I mean, as far as like, you got your Fat Farms, you got your who would you say?
Cross colors.
Oh, that's really hard, y'all. Back in the day, I was really rocking with Fubu.
Right.
I think everybody was. Yeah, they had Did they had the one pants leg rolled up? Commercial.
I get the lugs too with the lugs, yeah.
Now I don't know why I was doing that, but I was rocking with
We all were.
I did notice though. I don't know if I'm sure a lot of people noticed, but I noticed that like baby fat, they had like they was doing a lot of clothing for like nurses. So they had a whole bunch. Yeah, they had a whole. It's crazy. They had a whole bunch of like scrubs, regular scrubs. They had baby fat on radar.
I didn't know that. I had the baby fat necklace in college. I thought,
I'm gonna say no limit pain from the mom.
That's probably where I got it from.
But yeah, that's definitely a good, just a little gym right there with a lot of nurses. They be trying to dress up, as far as like scrubs, bro. And they be like, oh, I got the top scrubs with the baby fat or whatever. It's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people don't know it, but yeah, scrubs is it.
I know Grey's Anatomy had like some scrubs.
Yeah,
those are popular too. Yeah.
My uncle used to wear the scrubs back in the 80s. He came from California. Remember he bought like the 10 speed, had little scrubs on.
But he didn't work. He wasn't no CNA or no nurse.
Hey, hold on though. Look, you would think CNAs and nurses would wear Crocs, right? Who wear Crocs now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
That's a really good lesson. That is very true.
I guess.
Not Florida, I'm just saying.
Red, you ain't got no Crocs, Red.
Yeah, my wife bought me for Christmas, man. Listen, I'm not ashamed to say that. Now, do I wear them everywhere? No, but I do wear them.
Around the house.
Like the outside or something, doing some yard work and put out the trash, on Fridays.
Put out the trash.
I mean, they comfortable, but
hey, wait, did you got some stickers on there yet?
No, I ain't no. Can't do all that. I ain't that. I do have, that was my wife. I appreciate that. She got me some rings, but there's no stickers on them. But anyway, I'm just with this question real quick though. I'm talking about my Crocs. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. So if you could style 5 people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Janet Jackson.
Okay. Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson.
Say that again.
Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson doesn't even matter. Just Janet Jackson.
Not this Janet Jackson. Now, this is the real calm Janet Jackson. No.
Okay.
On stage Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Obviously Beyonce would definitely style her.
Okay.
Mary J. Blige, because I feel her. Like
That'd be dope too.
yeah, and who y'all playing right now? Is that Mary J. Blige y'all playing?
I don't know. You got DJ Quinn, man. You don't want to do.
Nah, that's
Oh.
the
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's more. Okay, y'all. There's more like film projects I would.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Like if I could have did like Juice,
That'd be dope.
Roots,
Yeah.
like all of old dude's movies. What was his name? The guy, y'all remember the guy that had the movies where it looked like the people were like on dot, like moving, floating?
Spike Lee.
Yes. All the Spike Lee.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Rudy Ray Moore from Dolomite, so he said floating because you can see the mic still doing the move at the top.
No.
Come back though.
Yeah, if I could have worked on his team to do those,
then you go to the top
and work with Big Papa, like Big Papa in those sweaters, like
You do 3 times.
Yeah,
three, then you're back.
What you think about doing plays?
I love doing plays.
Cause I feel like doing plays, there's a lot of more changing of outfits. Scene to scene,
Yeah, and you get to play around more with the characters, because when you deal with people, they have their personalities where it's like I wouldn't do this, I would do this, but when you have a character, it's like we're creating, their personality of what they would do. So,
especially on big Broadway, change their outfits like quick.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna manifest that right now.
My brother works in the industry. Why I haven't listened?
Right.
There you go.
Girl, I'll gone on and talk to him.
I don't say.
Right.
He's in the play industry?
No, he's an actor. He does pretty good films, some pretty big films like on Netflix and things like that.
Check it out.
No, I thought he was on. It wasn't Queen Street. It's like it's like good series. It's a show that I was watching and he just popped up and I was like, what the heck? And I'm trying to remember what series it was. It's a few.
Yeah. There was a film on Netflix called Made, and then the other film on Netflix that he did with some pretty big actors in. I can't think of the name of it, but he works behind the bar. So he's doing some pretty big things.
Was he in a film with the what's the girl that played on? Oh my God. Scandal. Was he in a movie, a show, series with her? No, maybe not. I thought he was in
It could have been. I'm not sure.
I don't know. But yeah, hopefully y'all get it together and y'all work it out.
I know. Send us that energy because he's busy and
Put this in like a little segment in the movie or something like that.
I'm going to send him this whole interview.
You're like, what else they been doing? All right, from Forever Young. The R&B group. That's what they was called, right? Forever Young, I think.
I think so. Yeah. Something.
It was him, Charles.
That's so funny, y'all.
I thought Chico said they performed at the prom or something. What happened? He said they performed something. Did you go to the prom?
I went, but hey, man.
Homecoming or something. I don't know. He was just talking about it. He was,
What do you like to make? Like, what's your favorite thing that you like? Design.
Ooh, my favorite. I like to make kimonos. I really like.
Yes, I gotta give me one of those.
Wait, hold on. What's the kimono?
It's like a dusty jacket, but instead of having like a collar here, it's like it's a collar that goes all the way down.
Is this for women?
I make them for men. I like to make them for men. It's men and women. Yeah, I like to make the urban version of it.
Yeah, it's like I have one, but yeah, if you see it, you'll know where it is.
Here or something. You know,
I mean, what?
it's hot though. It might be time for you to wear
It
that.
might be too hot to be wearing kimonos. What kind? Phoenix.
Oh, it's hot.
Wait. What type of material is a kimono in? Or you don't matter?
Yeah, you can make it in several different types of material, but I use denim. Okay, it's basically like a jacket, like any kind of jacket.
So it's like you got sleeves.
Oh yeah.
The sleeves are like wide; they're like open sleeves. So if you know the Japanese culture wears,
Yes, okay. Yeah.
they have like the really wide sleeves, and they kind of, you can see them doing karate in it sometimes. But it really comes from that culture.
Dope.
Yeah.
You got a word for us, then you know you be giving us some quotes.
Wait, we should have her design some of our hoodies.
Make that happen. Yes, I'm gonna do a Black History fact, but before we do that, how can everybody reach out to you for your social media handles, like what you're selling, where they can, for pop-up shops and all that, giving them all that information as far as how they can reach you and connect with you.
Yeah, on social media, my Instagram is, so if you're interested in like the project we're doing at Fifth and Fab, it's Fifth Fab on Instagram. Fifth Fab. And then I also have the Stylist Agents on Instagram, or you can just find me at the Lisa J. So that's TheLisaJae.
Okay.
All right, so Black History fact here. Madam C.J. Walker was the first African American woman to become a self-made millionaire after creating a line of hair products geared toward black hair. She created the first Madam Walker wonderful hair grower in 1905. There is a Netflix series based upon her life called Self-Made that premiered in March 2020, and that is the Black History fact for this month. And we don't have to wait till February to celebrate. We're 65. Okay. All right. And there you have it. Anybody have any last minute, just shout outs or anything they want to promote?
I got something.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't. Never mind.
What?
Not going to promote. Why? What you doing?
No, not wine on it.
Oh.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
No, I don't. Go ahead. I don't.
Nah, go ahead. What you got to promote?
I can't explain it. Because I can't.
Earrings. Talk about your earrings. Where they can find it.
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Yes. DawsonSJewellS _ on Instagram. Follow me on there. I specialize in symbols and colors, freestyle, free art, and I am still doing my wine on in on Wednesdays on my Facebook, DawsonSJewellS, every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
I'll never get invited to the show though.
Whatever. Also, always check out Bella Red Collection. I also model for her. If you want to book me, you can message me on DawsonSJewellS _ as well.
She's expensive too, y'all.
Right.
Yeah, I've been seeing your work lately. I'm like, okay.
I'm trying. I'll be tired though. I'll be tired.
Also, if you are looking for some Just Coolin' merch, you can just select the link below, and it'll take you directly to our merch. We have hoodies, bucket hats, socks, stickers, t-shirts, and etc. So make sure you can check us out. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll holler at y'all. Peace and blessings to everybody, and health. And let's manifest, encourage, and build one another, and support. With that being said, we are out.
The Yellow Papilio features hand-poured soy blend candles made with premium fragrances, cotton wick, and natural soy, in a variety of sizes and colors, ranging from $20 to $35. Bundles are available for $45